Okay. So,
Hello, Richard.
oh, guess we're ready. Hi,
We're
Colin Dunlap.
two and 0 teams. Do you feel like the Steelers are 2-0? Because I do.
Well, I feel like it because they are.
Right, but
What do you
people
mean
want
by
to
that?
talk negative. I mean, like, I totally subscribe to the win is a win is a win, and I've told you that a bunch of times. And I'm kind of, I don't say tired of people, but the negativity has gotten me over the past couple days.
Well, what negativity are you hearing? You're hearing that they're only scored one touchdown in two games.
Yes, the
Yeah.
offense isn't good enough. Like, there's a new offensive coordinator. They played on the road. There's a new quarterback. There's a lot of factors, and I told you, the older I get, the more I'm like, just win in the NFL. Now, you even pointed out last week, you said, you're not going to win a lot of games scoring 16 points, and you're right. But
However,
I'll have that discussion in week 6 or 7 if it's still happening.
okay, and I would absolutely agree with you because they may have only scored one touchdown, but they had a lot of mistakes. When this team gels, they're not going to score just one touchdown in two games. This team is going to score. And if you respect Bill Cowher, which I would think most people do,
Right.
Bill Cowher said Arthur Smith called the perfect game.
I thought he did. I thought there was a throw right up the seam that got called back by a hold.
Yep.
That was an unbelievable throw.
Yes, it
That
was.
would have put him right down on the 5 or 6 yard line.
Yep.
And I thought that there were a couple missed opportunities in the run game where the running back didn't go where he needed to go or should have gone.
Yep.
And 3 early penalties, awful penalties. So I just, the negativity, I don't want to say it's gotten to me because it's par for the course. That's what we do as football fans. But for some reason, I've turned a new page in my life, and I'm patient with this football team.
Well, I think your patience in this particular case is justified. That I don't really think it's patience. I think it's knowledge that you have. You see the talent on this team, and so I think it's not really that you're patient as much as you know the game and you see the potential of this team is to the moon. Now, take that and couple it with a badass defense that we
Right.
have. Okay. And that is going to win football games. And at that point, you can say, well, geez, do we have a problem? We've only scored one touchdown in two games. No, no, because this is just the beginning. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end in every good story. And this is the very beginning. This is the prologue. And I believe that you will see a very different result in terms of scoring points.
Right.
Yes. I mean, last year you could say, well, we didn't score points. Well, we didn't because we were just actually, I think I'm going to say we were horrible. And it really was horrible because of the way the games were called. And he really put us in a bad spot.
Oh, I agree with that.
And then you can say, yes, I have a concern about the number of points scored. Can't say that. Can't say that.
No. And now this week going into this game, the Steelers on defense traditionally have struggled with quarterbacks that were built like Ben Roethlisberger. They struggled with Josh Allen. They struggled with people like that. Herbert's a guy like that, right? A big, long guy that can throw the football, that can run the football if need be, that is built like, that sort of plays like Ben Roethlisberger.
He's a Ben. He's
a Ben. And they've struggled with guys like that. I think that's going to be, and he hasn't put up huge numbers. Like they've scored like 19 and 22 points or something in their 2 wins. Their defense has actually been really good. That's the test for me, what they do with him, because those are the kind of guys that have kind of eaten them up through the years.
He's tough. I mean, he's a tough kid. I love his arm, and I would submit to you that he's been maybe with a better arm.
I think he's been terribly miscoached over the years.
Well, he's got a new coach now, though.
Right. Well, Harbaugh. And that's a quarterback, and that's a guy that knows how to guide him. I think that his career has been wasted on terrible coaching to this point.
And I'm not even sure I would call it terrible coaching, but they didn't mesh. Now, he did say that he and Harbaugh really clicked.
Right.
And they're really now on the same page. I didn't watch them last week. Who did they play?
They've got 2 wins. The Raiders.
They played the Raiders. Okay, yes, I did see part of that game. You know, they beat the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And the young man really has talent. And he will test our secondary. He'll test our offensive front or our defensive front line. We need pressure on him.
Yeah, and J.K. Dobbins is the running back, and we know all about him. I mean, that's a guy that is very good. So I just think that when you
this is the best team that played so far.
100%. And when you play against the Harbaugh team, it's going to be the same blueprint as his brother's team.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a blowout on either side. It's going to come down to the last possession. It's just what it is. Feels like.
Yeah, it is. I believe that too. But I still see the Steelers as victorious here, especially their home opener.
Yeah, I was thinking, I do too. I think they'll squeak by. I was thinking of something. It took Mike Tomlin 15 years or whatever, even more, to warm to this split back sort of situation. And maybe it was because the rest of the league is doing it. Maybe it's because it's now in vogue to use all your weapons or whatever. But I guess it's a better late than never situation. And I
think it's an evolution, though. I think
that was the other thing I was getting at. Do you think he actually looked around the league and said,
I do.
I can't be the last holdout to just go single back?
I don't think he did anything because of what somebody else did, but I do think that it opens up your mind. And you listen, when did you ever hear 15 years ago, did you ever hear of starting a rookie at quarterback? Never. And then somebody did it and it worked out. And then somebody else did it. Now you have how many rookie quarterbacks in the NFL today?
Yeah, a bunch. Right.
I mean, probably 5, I'll bet. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, so yes, I think that opens the possibilities to the platooning. I would call it platooning. I think Mike Tomlin actually might have been an innovator of it when he said and talked about the bell cow. And I think it started with Le'Veon, right?
Yeah. Well, Le'Veon we'd get to the playoffs as people watching this team, and you'd wonder if Le'Veon had enough left because he ran them so much and threw the football to him so much and did so much with them. And the thing about it is you think about week 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and there's a method to this in keeping people fresh for week 16 and 17 and 18 and 19 potentially. And I think there's a short play and a long play to the 2 backs. And I appreciate it and I like it.
I really like it also. I think, especially when you're complimenting, you're not trying to replace the one back with the same attributes as the other. Why would you do it then? Right. You have separate things. And it's the same way I feel about the quarterback, the 2 quarterbacks that we have.
Right.
I think that we're in a perfect position to alternate or rotate them. I really do. And, not to belabor the point of quarterbacks, but I did see that Mike said that Russell's still number 1. He's QB1, right?
Yeah. Well, this is one time I actually agree with Mike Tomlin in him being not terse, but short with the media, because I normally don't agree when people do that, but I do in this regard. Nothing is going to be settled and nothing is going to be solved and nothing is beneficial to comment with Wilson until he's fully healthy. It's just all projection and all conjecture, and that does nobody any good anywhere, internally or externally.
I mean, I wish I could say that I don't like one of them. I can't say that. I like them both, and I like them both a lot. And I like them with the idea of using different schemes. I just really like the concept. I am still really excited about this Pittsburgh Steelers team. I'm excited about their coaching staff. I agree with Bill Cowher on his Arthur Smith comments. I saw Ben also said that he really liked, and Ben said he would keep Justin Fields as the starter.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think they're kind of not interchangeable, but I'm not as hung up on it as I once was. the thing about Arthur Smith, he found a way in 2 games to get Washington involved where Matt Canada couldn't do that in 13 games.
You can't. I mean, honestly, my dislike for Matt Canada as a professional offensive coordinator
Yeah,
actually spilled over. I just don't like him.
I agree. It's exacerbated now how much I dislike Matt Canada as a play caller after seeing Arthur Smith for 2 games.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't even, I mean, honestly, I don't even like him. It's made me not like him as a person. I don't even know him. So if he hears this, I mean, you know where to find me. I'm sorry.
But really, like, you see the touchdown to Washington, and you say, that guy couldn't do that in 13 weeks.
And that's
this guy found a way to do it in 6 quarters.
What, is he 6'7"?
At least probably 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, I mean, and he can play tackle, tight end, he can do whatever. Let's discover what this guy can do for us, for heaven's sake. I still want to see more exploring that middle. I like that middle a lot.
Yeah, you know what Arthur Smith strikes me as too, though?
What?
It feels like he's setting things up in season as opposed to just in game. I don't think he's showing everybody all his cards.
So strategy. You're talking about a strategy.
100%. Matt Canada, if you remember the first couple weeks of last year and then in through the 3rd week, there were 13 different reverses. There were 4 halfback passes. I think Arthur Smith is playing the long game with his whole playbook. And I kind of like it.
So too, and I think Mike is also.
I agree. And why show everybody your cards when you don't need to?
I agree. Which is, you said it right at the top of the show. Just win, baby. Who said that? Al Davis?
Al Davis, yes. Do you like the wind suits that Al Davis would wear?
The what?
The wind suits, like the track suits. I think you could get away with those.
No.
I thought they were spectacular.
No.
He would wear those like swishy track suits.
Yes, I remember. What were they called?
Like the wind suits, track suits.
Track suits, yeah. No. Ugh.
You mean to tell me if Ford didn't make you some of those, you wouldn't wear them?
No.
Like monograms with RB right here in the Ford logo?
No, but I saw something on Instagram last night that socks, really cool socks that you can get your name on.
You can get your face on socks. Did you know that?
Yes, I think I might have a couple pairs.
Let's go. Oh, that's absurd. I love it.
I didn't do it. Others did.
Oh, they were a gift?
Look, breast cancer awareness is coming, right?
Oh, yeah?
And so Chelsea and Kara had these made. Look at this.
Oh, put them by the camera.
I'm trying.
Oh, there you go. Yeehaw.
Pink with look at that. Look at the head.
Oh, man.
Are they the coolest thing?
They absolutely are.
I know. So it's breast cancer awareness. We'll talk about.
Wow, that's pretty great.
It's in October.
Yes, that's super stuff.
Isn't that cool? I have a hard time getting used to the fact that left is right and right is left on this thing.
Oh, yeah, I know. It is what it is, like a mirror. So what's your score for the Steelers?
I think the Steelers score 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's 21-17.
Wow. My score was 19-17.
No way.
Yep. 19-17.
When we're so aligned.
One thing to watch out for. One thing is the physical condition of both teams. In so much as this, uncharacteristically, now we're getting into mid-September, into late September, but it's going to be 84 degrees on Sunday. And you've been to that stadium a million times. When it's cold there, it's colder than everywhere else. When it's hot there, it's hotter than everywhere else. So it's probably going to feel like on the field mid-90s, which is strange for the 3rd week of the season, kind of. So, watch the rotation. Watch the rotation of the linemen and you'll find out which team's in better shape, especially with their big guys.
Well, their quarterback scares me. I'll be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, their quarterback scares me. He's just an athlete, man. I mean, he can throw that ball. He throws rockets.
He's like Josh Allen.
Yeah. He's Josh Allen, I think. And, we don't do well with Josh Allen.
Nope. He's like Ben. He's the same kind of build, same kind of body. But I'm excited. I hope people are going to be jazzed up. Stadium's going to be rocking. And I think they're going to win in what would otherwise be a boring game.
Yeah.
But it's a Steeler game and they're going to win, so it won't be boring.
I don't think it's going to be boring. I think it's going to be wonderful. Just a quick, if anybody's watching this, but really just a quick shout out to Pat Narduzzi and what he created on Saturday was just fabulous, I thought. I really like this team. I like Pat. You know how I feel about Pat. I love it. He's passionate. He's so straightforward. He speaks from his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And man, he's old school. And I love
what he said about the refs, and here's why.
I do too.
He felt that way, and when coaches don't say anything like that, we say, oh, there's canned answers and whatever. We wish they'd be honest with us. Then when they're honest with us, some people complain. Give me honesty every day of the week.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just straight from his heart. It's pure passion. And he's not wrong.
You might not like him. He's never fake.
He's never fake. He's always authentic. And that quarterback also showed me that he really has one hell of a future ahead of him if he stays the way he is.
He's got an opportunity to be very good.
Yeah, he really does.
No question.
Okay, I just wanted to say that. We have you. You're 19.
1917.
1917.
You're 21-17.
I'm 21-17.
Steelers moved to 3-0. They could get to like 6-0. Whoo!
That'd be pretty cool. And remember, though, they say this is the Steelers have the toughest schedule. So we'll see.
We'll see. Talk to you next week.
Hasta la vista, baby.